Good morning, Tweeky New Year. Welcome in, welcome in. Let's see, we're just getting set up here. How are you on this fine New Year's morning? Glad to see you all. Glad to see you. Just give me a couple more seconds or minutes here. Right here. Oh, there's Dad in the house. Brandon. Tweekas. The tweakers are filing in. Yeah, I figured I had to convene a gathering of a council of tweakers this morning. This is it. In or what? What's going on? Okay. Come on in, come on in. If you're new to the channel, I don't have any idea what's going on either, so just relax. It'll be all right. Lots of tweak shenanigans going on. Where to begin? Yeah, I'm one of those freaks that celebrate New Year's on April 1st. And it's a fine New Year's morning out here. It's gonna be a nice day. All right, let's see. Let's go over here. Live chat. The New Year's reference. Well, some people, or some tweakers, like myself, follow a certain timeline or calendar whereby April 1st was traditionally celebrated as the start of the new year. We are in a full moon after all. We're on this fine April 1st. So lots of alignments going on there. So. Osgood in the house. Justin Garza in the house. Lorata. The chairman of the Tweaker board is here. Yeah. All right, we're building coffee. I got the farts today, guys. I don't know if you can smell that. Why is it pinned at the bottom? It's weird. I don't care. I don't care at this point. Justin, moisturize your face, damn it. All right. Let's see. Let's go a little. Yeah, that's shitty. Let's get some power going in here. You guys know the drill. Usually takes an hour or two before we figure out what the hell is going on here. Oh, it's not even the right cord. No wonder. Here, let's try this one. Yeah, so no mics today, no streaming software, just the iPhone. trying to set it up last week. Oh, that's why. Okay, that's why I wasn't working on the other one. Okay, that should be better. Yeah, the devices are all just kind of fucked up and all that good stuff. So we got some rabbit holes to go down today. I haven't been doing much on YouTube as of late because the Tweak shenanigans, most of you that I see here in the chat anyway, are familiar with. It's just been too much to want to interject myself into any of that. It's crazy, but it's got to the point where I can share a few things without making any claims, although I'm going to make some claims. I think I've arrived at a tweaker fatigue stage here. So Maximo in the house, welcome. I learned New Year's used to be 4-1. They changed it to 1-1. Yeah, so we've got someone with some degree of awareness here. Good to see you. Your observations are always welcome. Okay, I want to blow up the chat so I can see it. That's better. Top chat check. Is everybody on all messages or top messages? All right, just yeah, a couple more minutes. We'll let some more victims roll in here. Oh yeah, by the way, 1 year scam victim on Smurfwatch Transparency. I should be getting my badge today. The 1 year victim badge. But yeah, I kind of don't even know where to begin. So I don't know if they democratically decided that we were gonna do New Year's on January 1st instead of April 1st. Because if you start in April, so you go, if April is 1, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. No, that doesn't work. April, May, June, July, August. Maybe I'm a month off. Well, like, why is October, which Oct is 8, but October is the 10th month? Like, it doesn't. So I'm declaring shenanigans right out the gate. And November, that's a prefix, which means 9. December, Deca, that means 10. It's all just, it's a scam, I'm telling you. Trust me, it's a scam. Who likes a good scam? Happy New Year, April Fools. Well, pretty much, yeah. I mean, some consider this April Fool's Day, and the connotation is there were, I guess, diehards that would, I guess, once they made the decree that New Year's is now in January instead of April, some tweakers like me would persist in celebrating the New Year's on April 1st. And so the normies, or the status quo, or what have you, would refer to the people celebrating on April 1st as fools, hence the moniker April Fool's Day. So I've been called worse than fool, most certainly. How about that thumbnail? Do you guys like that thumbnail? Did you catch that? Blame it on the Tweekas. Yes, absolutely. Since the war, they finished it early. Robots to come. All right, I'll be on the watch for that. I'm more or less ready for anything, really. Yeah, we're being played for fools, but we know better. Rocket launch to the moon, is that today? Ooh, I should go see that. So where do we begin? With a rabbit hole? Or the Tweak shit show? I got a pretty decent rabbit hole for you guys if you want a rabbit hole. 75%. Happy New Year! And yes, bless you, brother. May it bring many tweaks to you and yours. Now, first things first, I gotta find my smokes. I saw that Canada had a province that declared independence. Yeah, not quite, but I think that's a bit of a scam too. And I'll tell you why. It has to do with that thumbnail. Yeah, let's maybe talk about that thumbnail first. I don't even know how to broach this. So I guess we have an acceptable quorum number of the Council of Tweakers in here. We can begin. So here ye. I call this convention of the Council of Tweakers to order by lighting up the ceremonial cigarette. And beginning with somewhat of a toot. I had shawarma for supper last night, and I think there was some kind of lentil or beans in there. I can't do beans. Beans and me just don't get along. St. Watson isn't here. Well, yeah, because he's a bit of a normie. He probably celebrated on January 1st, so hence. Is it the year of the rat too? My chat is all weird. I got some weird symbol coming up on some of your. My software is all fucked. Question. Here's a question for you. Does anybody know anything about computers, like hardware? Are there any techs in the crowd? Because my old laptop, my old MacBook Air, it basically exploded. But I want to see if I can recover the hard drive and then upload it to my newer laptop here. Is that doable on a Apple product? Like, can I just go in with my angle grinder and cut that thing out? Or do I have to take it in somewhere? Is it a DIY thing? There's nothing really important on there, but it did have some information that is useful to me. So. Useful, but not essential. Let's see. So last night there was the Tweek Fest going on in Arizona and in Kentucky and in Indiana. Like it was just nationwide, right? I don't know if you guys caught that. And then the night before the Tweek Fest, you know, from coast to coast. And then on the weekend it was the Tweek Marathon. I guess it's the lead up to Palooza. You guys got your tickets for Palooza yet? After you purchase, I mean, check the fine print. It may or may not be a scam. Just a heads up. So anyways, last night after all the Tweek shenanigans died down, and I'm looking at some stuff. Need an external drive SD card. 2 weeks on beans to desensitize. My wife used to feed me beans all the time, and it's like, you'd think after 9 years I would have sensitized. It's just, I can't do it. Maybe it's not the beans. Maybe it was the coriander. I don't know. No Mercy sheep in the house. How's it going, eh? Happy New Year's. Let's lift a tankard of coffee to celebrate the occasion. No Mercy, good to see you. Welcome in, welcome in. So where to begin? So I'm I saw a video that I had wanted to watch throughout the day, but the Tweek shit show was just in full force. I had no time to go check it out. So at the end of the day, I went and checked it out. The lighting is a little weird in here. Oh, that's just the glare. Glare's coming off the window. Still trucking. All right. Still can't see the chat. I should probably put you here. Sit over here. Yeah, let's see. Tiny bit better. Okay, do zoom in so much there. You're a stone slinger. Try it. Ooh. Maybe not for too much longer. Well, I'm a Tweek slinger. In case you know. Price is going up. Yeah. Diesel is $2.20 a liter here in British Columbia. I don't know what it's like in the eastward parts. I don't know what the truck diesel price is, but that's the price at the pump at the gas station. Gasoline is upwards of $1.81 a liter in Canadian shekels. So that works out to, just doing a quick math, so average $2 a liter and let's just say 4 liters per gallon. That's $8 a gallon Canadian, and convert that to American, it's like $6 American per gallon. You know, give or take 50 cents either way. Yeah, Blazing Saddles. Happy New Year, Blazing Saddles Day. So yeah, the cost just to move around is going wild. But inexplicably, the price of oil as of New Year's Day 2026 is in Toronto. The crude oil price is 98.86 US dollars per barrel. So we're not even at $100 barrel oil. $100 a barrel oil, but for some reason our gasoline has shot up. Do we need a domestic oil price here in Canada? I don't know. Might be a good idea. So that's the world price of crude oil. So nowhere near the $300 that the Strait of Hormuz closure was forecasting, but yeah, we're inching up there. Interestingly enough, at $60 a barrel, Canada, with all its oil sands in Alberta, you actually lose money with every barrel you pump out of the ground. It's not worthwhile to sell it at $60 a barrel, but $100 a barrel, it's actually worthwhile. They're saying, well, they might be scamming us. Just a hunch. Haven't checked in a few days. Seen it go up beyond. It was teasing like 110 maybe a week ago or a week and a half ago. I started watching the price of oil just daily, just to see what the forecast price is for the following day, because they have long-term forecasts of what it's going to be next week, next month, next year. And I think it was flirting with $110 maybe a week and a half ago, but it's been well below 100 or below 100. It was as low as 90 in the last few days. $200 maybe. I mean, anything's possible, but they have said a lot of things and they don't always get it right. So just might be time to call for a declaration of tweak shenanigans. I don't know if we need to vote on that in the Council of Tweakers, or if I could just go ahead and declare shenanigans. I don't know how that works. Maybe Justin can fill us in. But yeah, I'll have to look about getting an external drive SD card. The thing is, I can't even boot that computer up. So just referring to your previous comment. When the Red Sea closes, prices will go up. Although they're disarming Canada, China has security guarding off in Canada with automatic weaponry. Right? Yeah. So yeah, this wasn't meant to be an economics discussion, but we're engaging here. We're just talking. But in any case, our domestic oil price makes no sense here. Like in Canada, we're the third largest reserves of oil currently. Sorry, what are you sorry about? Seems like armed robbery. It seems more like tweak shenanigans to me. Seems like somebody's trying to pull a funny on us. Just tweaking? Okay. Completely understandable. almost $5 a gallon here. So the price in Boogerville is $5 a gallon. Dang. So anyways, back to my shitty story. So I'm watching the Tweak shit show unfold on YouTube with the particular live streamers who will not be named until a later point in this epic New Year's broadcast. And so I'm watching some other stuff. So I watched this one video. It's kind of neat concept, a real small channel that I came across last week. And so I left a Tweeky comment. And I got a Tweeky response because they didn't know how to interpret my Tweeky comment, so there was like a back and forth. And it's like I didn't want to let them off too easy, so I left another Tweeky comment, and it kind of went back and forth. It's sort of like I kind of came to the realization, like the only pleasure left in life I have is babbling gibberish on the inner screen nowadays. And so if you don't get that's what this whole platform or this whole channel is about, I guess you're kind of missing the point. But I mean, read the declarations in your standard YouTube agreement, and it'll become clear to you. But it kind of occurred to me, it's like I'm almost playing the archetype of the jester as a character, and I'm kind of always been aware there's like this jester side to my personality, if there is such a thing as a personality. Somebody remind me later to talk about personality, because it leads into another tweak that we've covered here on the channel, that refuses to die and go away, but also refuses to grow. And I know why it's not growing, because it's the algorithm, right? I'm not blaming the algorithm. It's just the reality we live in now is controlled by algorithms. So. And I'm okay with that. But it kind of, in the last week, it's sort of like, what do I do with this YouTube shit show here? And it's like, you know what? Let's just stick to why I started this. So I can come on your inner screen and vent and blow the cover off all these scams. I can, do a little bit of grift, offer to let people buy me a coffee. That pin link in the chat there. Thank you to the contributors. Thank you. There have been contributions. I was almost kind of like, wow, that's somebody threw real fake money at this YouTube channel. So. No, it's not shadow ban. It's not even that. It's just the algorithm is playing off our human psychology to keep us in a state of control. Let's just leave it at that. But anyways, I was just going back to this YouTube creator. I watched the video, left some tweaky comments. There was some tweak babble going back and forth. Mostly the babble was coming from my side, but it's like, yeah, this the jester role. It's kind of fun, It's like playing this character. But in real life, I'm pretty tweaky and like this character too. Not precisely, like with the camera on, it's a little different. But in real life, like, people kind of don't know how to take me. And I'm okay with that. I don't know if they're okay with that, but I don't particularly care. Let's get a little bit of front lighting here. Lighting just sucks in here today. Another gloomy day. That's some glare. Better. Still got some weird shadows going. It's not terrible. Are you a Capricorn? No, I think I'm a Brontosaurus. Is it Brontosaur or sauropod? I forget. Are you on the YouTube vertical? No. And I'm aware of the vertical. So I think Maximo, if I remember correctly, you're a little on the younger side. So, and for whatever reason, like, you're not my target audience. And I know that that demographic likes the vertical. I've done vertical streams. They get more viewers, but there's not too much engagement. So typically for the boomer type crowd, if you're watching on your tablet or laptop, horizontal is the way to go. Because it's not about just sheer numbers, raw numbers. The algorithm rewards engagement, and sometimes it just arbitrarily rewards content depending on what it may be. So shenanigans content, nice. Euronews, France puts Freemason Lodge Mafia on trial. All right, well, seeing as you bring that up, let's dive into this. So, because we're still just at the entrance of the rabbit hole. So it was like midnight-ish, like Happy New Year, you know, Max and I were partying here. Just, it was too late to do a live stream last night, you know, ringing in the new year, because I'm here on the west coast of North America, the landmass known as North America. So for people on the east coast, it'd be like 3 in the morning. So maybe I could have done a promo and we could have scheduled a New Year's party or something, but I'm watching that video, making these comments, snickering to myself, what a fine jester you are, Brent. And then I get this, I figure, you know, let's fall asleep to a video here. So I found one, and it was about the Royal Order of Jesters. Has anybody ever heard of the Royal Order of Jesters? You don't have to admit it if you know better, but you've heard of the Royal Order of Jesters? Get out. I've never heard of that. So I clicked on it thinking this was some comedy material. I didn't know there was a Royal Order of Jesters. No Mercy Sheep knew. Anybody else? Royal Order of Jesters. We'll give you a minute. Surely you jest. No, I'm dead serious here. No Mercy, do you want to tell Mr. Osgood what the Royal Order of Jesters is? I hope you're not in any hurry. See, the algorithm may or may not. See, I don't do thumbnails proper. I don't do titles properly. I don't do hashtags. I do this. I start live streaming in a shirt that I've been sleeping in. I smoke cigarettes. They guard the Vatican? Okay, well, possibly. That's not what I gathered, but political organization, yes and no and yes, but Osgood kind of touched on it. It's an organization within an organization, and some of you may be familiar with the organization that contains the Royal Order of Jesters, which is the Freemasons, which in their lodge is also consisting of the Shriners organization, right? And so it was like this deep dive into the Royal Order of Jesters. Shadow Jesters, yes, exactly. So indulge me if you will. When this stream is done, just do a little search on Royal Order of Jesters. Maybe we'll talk about it a little more next time, because Lodge Jesters, yeah. And you'd be interested, or it's very interesting to discover where they lodge, in fact, and what they do, and the kind of tweak shenanigans they're up to. So I guess this is a teaser. We're not going to go all the way down the rabbit hole on this one, but I wanted to bring that to your attention. That's hence the thumbnail, which I scarfed off the internet, leached. We'll see if there's any IP strike as a result of that. But yeah, I think from here on in, we're going to start doing deep dives on Epstein and the connection to Blue Lodge Masonry. Wait a minute, no, we're not going to do that. That's not what we're doing. I've been trying to figure out, like, what do you guys need? What can I provide to you? Like, what valuable service as far as bringing content? And so it's like, I think we'll go really deep into the Iran war. I mean, it is World War III. I mean, technically, Gen X. So when I hear World War III, it's like, again? Didn't we have World War III that other time? Like, how many World War IIIs has Gen X lived through? I've kind of lost count. There's been so many. So is there like a real World War III, or just like what is this World War III that people keep talking about? Because as far as I'm concerned, we've done that. That's old news. World War III is not a thing. We're on like World War VII or something. At 9 possibly. Maybe more. I don't know. But World War III, absolutely not. You festered it from day one? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Albert Pike wrote about it. Albert Pike wrote in a letter that we're going to have we're going to arrive at a place in history where every war is called World War III. That's pretty tweaky. That's a pretty good scan. I like it. Okay, no, we're not going to do the Iran thing. Fuck that. No, there's enough people covering that tweet show. Well, let's go back to, okay. Yeah. You guys remind me about personalities, right? Oh, squirrel, ADHD. They use it for dramatics to scare normies. Yeah. Low, medium, high intensity warfare. After the Cold War, you're now seeing it warm up. In real time, on your phone, no less. So before we used to get our information from the telescreen. Now it's the inner screen. So you have to be connected to a wall outlet where you can get 110 volt power and some kind of signal receiving appliance in one fixed location, typically in your living room or den or rec room, or what have you, bedroom. Now you can watch World War III, Part 17, and carry it around in your pocket. So you're carrying a world war around in your pocket. I think that's fascinating. East and the West, I don't know. Who knows? Well, I do know it's a scam. And the jesters are probably well aware of what's going on. But yeah, that's your homework assignment. Do a little bit of digging on the Royal Order of Jesters. Feel free to drop me a line if you need some help with that, and then we'll talk about it at another time, because it's pretty interesting discussion. I'm not just gonna spoon feed it to you guys. You know, we're all grown-ups here. Let's see who the diehard tweakers are. Shout out to Barricade Garage. He did a live last week. If you're not subscribed to Barricade Garage, some of the finest IRL comedy to be found on these interwebs. He got so tired of retirement, he came out of retirement, if that makes any sense. And I totally support him on that endeavor. Barricade Garage on the YouTubes. He's been given shout outs on this channel before. Love you, BG. He's a low-key sneaky tweaker. So. D's Headliners content. Yes, absolutely. I've been saying that. People are catching on. Like, why did you steal a child's bed sheets and thumbtack it to the roof of your Charger? A former police cruiser, no less. Clapped out Hemi. With the full exhaust delete. And the racing harness. Phew. I don't even know where to begin with that one. I kind of do. But, before we go there, there's another scam I was talking about a while back. I know I'm all over the place here, but it is New Year's. Like, let's celebrate. I mean, you guys are here, so there's really nothing keeping you here. So if this gets too tweaky, feel free to fester your way on out. I remember a month and a half, 2 months ago, I was talking about The Shining and the Wendy theory. Was anybody here for that? There's a few here that may have heard me tweak babbling about that. Well, I think I figured out the Shining theory to end all theories, and I think you're gonna get this here first as an exclusive. I mean, the algorithm should pick this up. This should go mega viral throughout the universe. But I have got a Shining theory, not Stephen King's The Shining, but Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. I've decoded it. I know exactly what's going on. And let's go back a little ways. There are theories that you were there high as a kite. Hell yeah. The Wendy theory is a theory that arose on the interwebs, whereby the entire storyline through Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, not Stephen King's. Put Stephen King's The Shining aside. It's kind of irrelevant to the discussion. It's not inferior in any way. It's just, it's not Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. But the Wendy theory is that everything, the whole scenario, the whole reality, what you're seeing on that big screen is a creation of Wendy's imagination, subconscious, blah, blah, blah. And it had to do with Carl Jung's Red Book. And I should have clarified at the time, I don't necessarily prescribe to any Jungian psychological theory. But definitely in Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, he's making allusions that he's basing a certain arc of the storyline to be connected with Jungian psychology. And so I'm not advocating for that school of thought, psychologically or otherwise. And I don't know if Stanley Kubrick does either, but he gave it to you there to interpret or process, along with approximately 33,000 other clues, breadcrumbs, symbols, interpretations in a way that, and this is my theory, I believe he was trying to create a work of art, namely Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. How is it promoted? As a modern horror masterpiece or something? And really, in the viewing of it, there's not a lot of horror involved. It's more of a psychological thriller, if you ask me. Because the surface level story arc is a man starts abusing his family, and he snaps and does a bunch of horrible things, and Wendy prevails and vanquishes the threat of the psychotic husband who lost his mind through isolation and all this Jungian jibber jabber. And so Wendy's the hero, right? In the Wendy theory, there is no hero. It's all just Wendy. Jack doesn't exist. Danny doesn't exist. None of the characters exist. It's Wendy processing her trauma from childhood, etc., etc. And there's these little symbols that help you interpret it one way or another. There's other interpretations that say it's the whole storyline is to reveal the truth of the injustice that the American Indians experienced as a result of colonization and settlement and that kind of thing. There's the bankster side of it. There's a Hitler mean mustache man interpretation. And so there's inconsistencies, like the hotel itself, the Overlook Hotel is an impossible space. Like the rooms don't make sense. There's windows where there shouldn't be windows. There should be a wall. There's continuity errors where objects are moved that in editing you would either edit that scene out or reshoot it to make sure, like, why did that table just move? Why did that picture switch from one position to another? Why is the nightstand gone? Why is the mirror facing this way, showing something that wasn't there before? You know. And so yeah, there's the use of mirrors, which are like a window into the soul, if you want to call that. And so there's layer upon layer upon layer upon layer upon layer upon layer of data points that Stanley Kubrick injected in there for film film critics, film admirers, film viewers to dig through. And I think this was his thing. He wanted to troll the entire film viewing community, possibly even the entire art community, by making a film that was basically uninterpretable. And what kind of triggered this, well, not triggered it. I had this thought, but what confirmed it is I saw a video the other day, a recent video, where they were talking about the yellow bug that Jack and Wendy Torrance were driving up to the Outlook Hotel in. And they had all their gear in this little yellow Volkswagen Beetle. And when they got to the hotel, it was all unpacked in a big, huge pile. And there's no possible way they could have fit that all into that bug to get up to the Overlook Hotel there in Colorado. And the creator of that video said, I believe I'm the first person that's ever pointed this out. It's like, no, you weren't. Like Mandeville, I gave shout out to Mandeville for a lot of his coverage of the Wendy theory. He pointed that out quite conclusively. I'm not saying he was the first one, but it's like, yeah, this, you expected to believe they packed all that shit into a Volkswagen Beetle, drove how many hours up into the mountains, and it's like, no, that's shenanigans, right? This hallway should lead into a dead end, but no, there's a whole office complex there. For whatever reason, the typewriter switched from the first part of the film to the second part. It's just nothing in that film makes sense. And if you're trying to process it without a tweaker mentality, you're gonna just be chasing your tail, going around in circles. How come when Danny was playing outside room 237 or whatever it is, you know, the carpet tile or the carpet design is going one way, but then in the next shot from behind, it's actually reversed and going the other way. And it's like Kubrick was trolling everybody like hard. And I love it. I think that's what he did. He wanted to make a movie that was literally impossible to pin down. Literally impossible. And I think he succeeded, because some people declare that their favorite film. Because every time you go back, you can find something new. Tag, welcome in. King Chow Chow, welcome in. So yeah, I just want that connected it to personality and the whole Jester arc that I don't buy that Jungian stuff. A lot of it is Gnosticism, really. Happy New Year, Tag. Happy New Year to all that are making their way in. So I just wanted to put that out there, that The Shining, Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, can't be interpreted as presented to the film viewer. It can't be done, and that's by design. That's the new theory, the tweaker theory. Happy tweak year, yes. I'll drink to that. And so why would Kubrick do that? Well, so that people would be talking about it for years and years and years to come. Like the Wendy theory is not a new theory. It's valid. Like you can definitely apply that theory. You can apply the injustices towards the American Indian arc. It's valid. Like it's there. You can apply. Was the hotel haunted, or was Danny gifted with some shining, or was that all just a bunch of woo? Like it's so flexible to fit within so many interpretations. You get people arguing about it because people that subscribe to the surface level story arc that Jack went crazy and did crazy things to his family and ended up getting what's coming to him. Like those people will fight with the Wendy theory people. Like they hate the Wendy theory, and it's sort of like, I truly believe Kubrick did that intentionally so that for decades, if not till the end of time, whenever that is, possibly next week, there's going to be a discussion around that film. Because there's so much to discuss. The artwork, the symbols, the angles, the lighting, the use of textures, the use of colors. Oh my goodness, there's so much there. Like he just said, "Oh, you guys want some film to interpret? Well, I'm just going to heap like trailer loads of dirty, foul diapers for you to pick through and see if you can find the true truth at the bottom of this pile. Good luck with that." And I think I've discovered the truth. So I'm the only one. You heard it here first. Kubrick was just trolling us all. And he did a masterful job. It's a great film. If you haven't seen it in a while, go back, check it out. Try to make any sense of it. Other than that, none of this is supposed to make any sense. Like the hotel is not even the right hotel. Like the labyrinth doesn't exist where it's supposed to. The thing's moving. It's just, explain why he did that without invoking the supernatural. The place is haunted, clearly. Well, okay, maybe it is, but how does a sign move from the entrance to the labyrinth to the corner of the labyrinth? I mean, that was done on purpose. Why is the light switch gone beside the locked storage room? It's just none of it is meant to make any sense. Just like this channel, none of it's meant to make any sense. Just like other channels, not meant to make any sense. Can anybody give me an example of a channel that's not meant to make any sense? I can. I most surely can. I'm sure Justin Garza can. 75% probably can. I know Tag can. Badger probably can. Badger Productions, yeah. Like, what was it last night? Last night was the Tweeky extravaganza in Arizona, yeah? So I tuned into that late. I tuned in about 2 hours into it. And I think Tweaker D, I think he was just reviewing a Todd stream. So Todd had some people he was talking at or with about people doing stuff. And then I think Ryder came on. Ryder. Take that, Ryder. Ha 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 ha, Ryder. Who's that tweaker? That's a tweak, man. So yeah, I'm watching the Direct D TM LLC stream from the Goat Ranch in Arizona, and there's two scals with them. And I'm watching, it's like, what am I watching? This is such shit content. I'm watching a tweaker watch Todd, who's tweaking with tweakers. And I've got Direct D giggling to a couple of scals. One is Secret Savage scal or something. I'm not sure. And then in Todd's chat, I was in there for a while, and some of Direct D's disciples, cult members or victims, they're bringing up shit, and it's like, holy crap, I'm getting stupider by the millisecond here. Dead Airstream, looking at his texts, yeah, like it's. But then it dawned to me, I think Direct D is reformatting the Direct D channel. And not in a good way. It's in a way that could get him in a lot of trouble, actually. I got it figured out, rug pull. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I got some stuff figured out. I'll drop that in a little bit, because I'm not making any claims necessarily. Or my commenting on it isn't going to impact the situation. His real name, rename it Direct Deposit. Well, it seems the reformat, whether he's rebooting what he's doing. I mean, the other day he was in Walmart taking selfies. Of that carcass of his. So he was in a Walmart change room. Did you guys catch that? Taking selfies. He did a live stream. Go check out the thumbnail on the second live stream he did on Monday, I believe it was. That thumbnail, go on Direct D's channel, go to his lives, and check out that second live. The first live stream, it was like 40 minutes or something, where he was climbing a tree or something. He was lumberjacking, or he was peckerwooding or something. And then the second stream is just a shot of his head. And that headliner, that classic child's bedsheet headliner in the Charger, the clapped out cop car Charger. And nobody cares about Direct D. Yeah. Other than people looking for content of tweakers doing their tweak thing on the internet, which he has his moments, but I think he's made a drastic miscalculation in this format reboot, because from what I can tell, he's essentially ripping off blatantly and turning his channel into basically a reimagining of The View. Because that's all I saw last night. It was basically, what is this, The View? I thought this was YouTube. This isn't ABC. Why, what is going on here? So, I don't know. Maybe somebody should notify the executives at ABC. I don't know if they'd want to get their legal team after him. I mean, he is basically stealing their intellectual property, because because it was just this round table of a bunch of scals yammering on about stuff. It was essentially The View from Arizona. And I mean, probably ABC's legal team is not interested in suing DirectD for a goat ranch in Arizona. I could be wrong. Maybe they want a charger with a whacked out headliner like that. I don't know. I don't know what ABC's priorities are, but yeah, no one with any intelligence watches The View, and for whatever reason, DirectD thought, I'll take their idea and I'll do it in my studio. I mean, success. I mean, he did have 178 people watching. And probably 3/4 of them blocked. So, yeah. I think there were more people blocked than unblocked at any given time when you go to his channel. So I think that's pretty tweaky. But that's just my thought on it. So D, if you ever catch wind of this, like the View thing, for one, it's not going to work. It worked. You didn't watch it, yeah. Yeah, I kind of felt obliged to watch it. I mean, the whole thing with Secret Savage scammer. My theory, if there's a theory there, is that that he was sitting in his shed, his studio, pardon me, and those are his sisters. I think those are his sisters. If I'm wrong, that's not defamation. I mean, yeah, maybe if I was one of the gals there, sitting with this other gal, I might, yeah, I might want to, I'll be careful. I might be getting some defamation. Like, that's not doxing, but my feeling is those two girls in his studio, off camera, I think those are his sisters, to be honest. If I'm wrong, so what? If I'm right, so what? I mean, but that's just my hunch. I don't know. 1%. Hell yeah! Let's go, 1%. You guys are the 1%ers. 1.18%, no less. Better than 0.01%. Yeah, there's like some number shenanigans going on with that shit. See, DirectD, he's rebooted and retooled his format, I guess, too many times for the algorithm to really give him any love. And we're not looking for algorithmic love here necessarily. DirectD blocked me for saying Destiny sounds like a black woman's name. Oh shit. Dad's about to pop off here. Just a reminder, you brought up Mitch Levin. But yeah, whether those are his sisters or not, I just thought, would not be surprised if those are his sisters hanging out with him in the shed studio on the goat ranch. After running into town to make a trip to Walmart to pick up what was that, a blue tie he was wearing? I don't know. It makes no sense, but it's a good tweak. The previous night's stream had some really good tweaks, but we're not here to talk about DirectD ad nauseum. That's gonna most certainly negatively affect my algorithmic karma. In the boom pow car, yeah. No, I've been saying for months, it's like, this fucker went into a daycare, saw these nice drapes on the windows, and thought, those would look great. I can repurpose those. I know exactly what I'd do with those drapes. And kaboom, kapow, they're in the charger. I love it. But you know what I love more is a full cup of coffee, and this one's empty. So let's work on that. Let's see if we can fix that situation. Ha! How do you like that, Ryder? Ryder, you're so stupid. What am I? Okay, I need a coffee. Okay, let's build a cup of coffee. Let's take 5. Biography action movie. I'm waiting for the autobiography. Yeah. Why doesn't he do a tweakomentary on himself at this point? If Stanley Kubrick was alive, I would pitch a film idea to him. It wouldn't be The Shining, it would be The Tweaking. Yeah, there's Tiffany in the background. Hi, you like calling the cops? Tiffany? Okay, I got coffee. Let's put a little more in there. It is New Year's after all. Let's make it a double. What else? You need water for coffee? I remember the recipe. I've got a good recipe for coffee I discovered. Basically hot water, paper filter, and some coffee grounds. It's working good for me. Don't be coming around here with that mate fruit juice. You don't need none of that shit. Already spun out. Stanley Kubrick's The Tweaking. A modern horror masterpiece. Or a modern fester masterpiece. You'd pay to watch that. I know you would. So where were we going with that? Yeah, so the D arc, I've seen people say the two camps have essentially formed with Bao as the leader on one side and D on the other. Bao really has nothing to do with any of this. He's the chaos agent, a catalyst, if you will, making the fire burn quicker, stronger, faster, more intensely. He has nothing to do with any of this. He's not really a player other than he's stirring the shit. I really feel like he didn't even do anything. Other than he's got a StreamYard's link, and any tweaker is welcome anytime to fester to their heart's content, and people actually take them up on that. So that's on them. That is not my problem at all. If that's your thing, farming TTS, farming tweakers, yeah, farming festers. These shed and butt foam, like it's like it essentially writes itself. But we're going in a direction. Where are we going? So yeah, we're watching that whole situation, and so obviously tied to the direct D crash out is the rabbit story arc, right? With Line 1 and all that. And the wall's closing in on Ryder. Don't you have 25 charges, Ryder? And it's all quite amusing. In a way that doesn't really affect me, but like, what are we watching? We're watching like true crime IRL. Like, really, see, here's where my sister theory falls apart with the direct, and it's just a theory at this point. I'm not making a claim. Yeah, I don't want to ruin it. Like, I don't think I'm going to say anything that can ruin anything. Because I don't want to be the guy that ruined anything. I mean, Bao's already ruined YouTube as far as I'm concerned. He's ruined the internet for all of us. You know, he says, "Oh, I didn't even do anything." Well, how about ruining the internet? Thanks, Badger. That was awful kind of you. So we've got a ruined internet. We've got a ruined DirectD channel, which he's reformatting into the View. He's got his sisters in the. See, this is where the sister theory falls apart. It would be so much easier if they just communicated by butt phone. Like, that's where my theory. That's the flaw in my theory. So that if there's a counter argument or if you want to debunk the sister theory, it's like he could just call him up on the butt phone rather than bring him live in studio on the Goat Ranch. So I acknowledge I wouldn't say that's a fatal flaw, but it's like, why, if you were to reason it out, why would you bring Scals in when you could just, you know, and yo sis, it's me, you know. So you have these three sisters on air last night, all jabbering back and forth. I don't know, is Dee the oldest sister or the youngest? I'm not sure. It's not important to know. Yeah, he's skilled at texting on the fly, so to speak. So I acknowledge that there's a little bit of a break in logic with the sister theory, but I'm gonna stick to it until someone can convincingly debunk that. There's no reason it can't be accepted as valid at this point. But I'm willing to be wrong. I don't need to be right about that one. But Ryder has been, well, in the last, like, there's been so much going on the last week in this whole tweakerverse, for lack of a better descriptor. And so Tweakfest 2026 is like raging to fever pitch already, and it's only New Year's. Wow. D used to be a safe platform for describing my bowel movements. I just don't feel safe there anymore. Yeah, he tends to go from 0 to gay in like drop of a hat. It's a little alarming. But Ryder has been kind of going on about the Savage Saints. You guys know about the Savage Saints? Anybody heard of Savage Saints? Don't tell me I'm the only one who's heard of Savage Saints. Remember their eulogy? Creepy as fuck. Yeah, I mean, this was like a year ago that this story first started develop. Well, not even a year ago. I guess Lion One's passing was in May, I believe. So we're kind of approaching the 1 year anniversary, and what an action-packed year it's been. What a felonious, action-packed year it has been. Brandon knows. Brandon thinks he knows. Brandon thinks he knows what Savage Saints is. Secret Silly Scowl thinks she knows what Savage Saints is. She even believes she volunteers for Savage Saints, which to me is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Oh, did I close it? Oh, it might be gone. Oh no, I've got it here. I want to talk to Hawk. I don't know what Hawk is, so you might have to educate me on that. Okay. So I figure, you know what, Savage Saints. It sounds like a really good charity, 501c3, yeah. Totally legit. And so I went to their website. And there's a website for the Savage Saints. Did you have you guys ever seen the website for the Savage Saints? I'm not going to show it because I'm such a tweaker. I don't have the capability to run OBS on my friggin' hardware here because I'm a loser in an RV. Doesn't know what the heck I'm even doing. Don Carney is Hawk? Okay. Alright. I haven't heard him referred to as Hawk. Like some of these characters, these side characters or supporting characters, I don't know. I know Don Carney, I recognize that name. Don't know a lot about him. It's kind of irrelevant to this discussion here. I think we'll hear more from Don Carney, but we'll let Don Carney speak for Don Carney. I don't want to comment on anything Don Carney has said, should say, or can say. But that's a character development, a character arc in development there, yes. But we do have, some of the leading protagonist, antagonists in this drama. Namely, Rabbit himself, William Bartell Jr. William J. Bartell. There's court filings with his booking, and people are digging up his extradition orders. And he's being held in Florida. He's making phone calls from jail. He's all over the internet. He's blowing up the internet. It's amazing. I mean, I don't know what his YouTube numbers are like, but it's probably getting a little bit of traction. He's probably getting a little bit of love from the algorithm. But anyways, we all know Rabbit is currently behind bars. He's made buddies with a bunch of cellies. They're getting their thick-ass Bibles ready to go conduct warfare on the infidels, or I don't know what. There's gonna be some shit happening that involve thick-ass Bibles. I don't know what exactly. I don't know what you're gonna do with a thick-ass Bible. Savage Taints. No, it's Savage Saints. Savage Taints would be a good 501c3 for if you happen to be in Arizona, I imagine. Dee's ringtone is pulling on Todd's heartstrings, allegedly. No, it's the Savage Saints. It's a real entity with a real website. But I guess that depends on how you define real. So, but yeah, I figured, what is Savage Saints? It sounds fishy. And Todd and Ryder, they've been analyzing photo evidence and the fifth wheel and the Ranger. And there's a garage full of Little Buddy heaters and dish soap and chainsaws. And it's like, wow, that's fascinating. Doesn't really say much, but on the Savage Saints website, it has their EIN number, which is their employee identification number. Basically, their IRS registration. Don't quote me on this, but here in Canada, we call it a charitable organization. We don't have 501c3 designation, but you can register as a charitable organization for favorable tax treatment here in Canada, just like you can anywhere around the world. Like here in Canada, we don't have LLCs per se, limited liability corporations. You're either self-employed or incorporated. We don't have that formal LLC designation on our filings, but a charitable organization is considered a corporation, and so Savage Saints is somewhat of a corporation. Who knew? They got an EIN number, and so I figured, well, Ryder's been talking about this whole charity work and the allegations. Maybe there's something I can't prove one way or the other, but speculating whether there's shenanigans going on. It's above my pay scale to do all the forensics on that chainsaw is worth $750 and those heaters are worth $400. Maybe. But corporations, they have to file, or they have to apply with the government to receive that status as an entity, namely a corporate entity. And just like here in Canada, in the States, you need articles of incorporation. And among those articles of incorporation, there's certain things like the officers of the corporation, the board of directors, this, that, certain, uh, your purpose, your focus, just there's essential things you need to include in your articles of incorporation. And, so I just figured, well, let's dig up their corporation. So I just grabbed one registry search service online, and I found the Savage Saints. I found them. They're registered with the North Carolina Secretary of State as the Savage Saints. They've got a license number. I'm not going to show on screen. I'm just going to read kind of what I found. It's active. It was formed April 23rd, 2025. It's American. The registered agent, William Joseph Bartell. I'm not doxing anything. It's got the address. It's got that. I'm not going to reveal that, just at risk of being accused of doxing. But you can look this stuff up. Like, it's, as a corporation, you're basically declaring yourself as a public entity that's searchable. Like, I didn't go in the dark web to find any of this. But I got their license number, which you can look up. And so it's all legit, right? Okay, let's close that one. And so on this registry service, when it does a search, it brings up trademarks, patents that the corporation may hold as their intellectual property, or they want to identify with. We did not find any patents for this entity. We did not find any trademarks for this entity. Okay, well, that's not necessarily a red flag of any kind. Court records, bankruptcy, liens, judgments. We could not find any bankruptcies, liens, judgments against this entity. Well, that's good. Gives me confidence. It's legit. Federal dockets. We did not find any federal court cases on this docket for this entity. That's even better. So they seem pretty clean. What else? UCC filings. We did not find any UCC filings for this entity. All right, that's kind of... There's not much to know about this charitable 501c3 organization. But this was the interesting part. The employees and officers. So under that search, we did not find any employees and officers for this entity. Oops. So it appears that Savage Saints is William Bartell. So maybe, again, benefit of the doubt, maybe all the filings are occurring that I'm not aware of, but as of March 31st, the particular entity search registry that I accessed can tell me nothing about this legitimate charity. So I think that's a bit of a problem, because if you don't have officers or board of directors for your entity, you're like, what are you? Like, what is that? What? If you were vetting an organization, you want to find out their values, the personnel involved, you'd want a little bit of information. All we know about Savage Saints is it's William Barthel put his name on an online. This was done online. It wasn't done in person. No members. No nothing. Nothing at all. There's nothing to know about this other than there's a license number granted online, registered to a particular William Joseph Barthel. So there you have it. If you want to donate to that, I guess I can hook you up with a link to their website. I think they're taking donations. I think they're focused on raising money for legal fees. So the hurricane relief efforts are somewhat at a standstill. Yeah, double tap. Well, welcome in Kinetic Customs. When D get, yeah, I don't want to repeat that. I don't even want to speculate on that. I don't want to think about that. Yeah, there's nothing to know about this. So here I am. I'm a secret agent scout, looking for some good volunteer work to do, because that's just my nature. I come across this Benghazi rabbit, and I decide just like that, I'm gonna ride or die with this guy. You got a charity called Savage Saints? I'm in. Sign me up. You're a Christian organization. They've got a statement of faith on the website. They've got all these values, all these ministries that they're praying for folks. They're raising resources, providing relief. I want to invest my time, energy, effort, my very life into the Savage Saints. But the Savage Saints is William Barthel. Like, that's all there is. There's nothing else to it. But somehow, me, good-natured, kind-hearted, God-hating, secret agent Scal, silly, secret, like I don't know how many freaking monikers does a content creator need? Because there's been the argument, well, don't attack her, she's not a content creator. Well, I'm subscribed to her channel. Like, she's got content on her channel. How is she not a content creator? Someone explain that one to me. And I'm not even interested in uncovering who she is. It's irrelevant. But the red flag is, and this is my familiarity working with Christian organizations, like, you basically have to sign a statement of faith that you're aligned with the values of the corporate. Like, just put yourself, okay, you want to start a charitable organization, and let's say, for instance, you're Christian, or not even, say your thing is, well, let's use it. Here's a good one. Let's say your thing is Jehovah's Witnesses, and you bring on a volunteer to handle a lot of your vital handling of resources, etc., communications, whatever roles, responsibility, and that volunteer is dead set against the values, beliefs of the Jehovah's Witnesses, and is very vocal about their opposition to everything they hold dear and believe. As a charity namely, in this case, the Jehovah's Witnesses, would you bring that person on as a volunteer? Kind of doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't add up. So, if there is a theme through all this Tweak show, is that nothing is adding up. And those are the red flags. Doesn't matter who she is. Doesn't matter if she's in Arizona or Florida or North Carolina or whether she was in a camper. None of that matters. It's just nothing adds up. Pay to pray. Yeah, that could be my grift. I could bless you in the name of Leechus Christ, our Badger, and Almighty Tweaker, if you just click on that Buy Me a Coffee link, and we'll say a Badger blessing over you, and just say no warranties implied or guaranteed. Results may vary. But yeah, the whole storyline is like, I'm this volunteer and I ride to die, and I'd do anything for any of my friends. As long as they're not Ryder, Chris Ryder. And if you ask me a question, I'm just gonna answer with a question. That just doesn't make sense. Am I crazy? It's okay. You guys don't have to. You don't have to go along with anything. Just, like, please call me out as being a complete lunatic. It's a cult. He's gonna do things to us now. Who, Badger? Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Would not doubt it at all. But yeah, this is where they're gonna trip over their own shoes here. Yeah, the secret agent, silly slut, savage gal. Like, give me something that makes even a shred of logical sense. Like, help me reason this out. Like, let's start with the premise that I'm stupid. I'm completely stupid. Make this as clear as glass for me. Make this as clear as the glass on DirectD's bong. You hate God, but you're all in with a Christian organization doing work in the name of the God you hate. Now, allegedly, Chris Ryder, Tifaho's husband, by the way, he found her profile on Facebook. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. And it's just filled with Christian slogans and all these Christian memes. Maybe not. I don't care. Go dig deep. Maybe Jody knows. Welcome in, Jody. Happy New Year to you. Happy Tweaker New Year. April 1st, by the way. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if she has a profile trying to appear like that, but it's not important. Like, it's kind of peripheral to the discussion. But I'm just pointing out, Savage Saints is William Bartell. Period. At least in the eyes of the government. Your government. Or the Secretary of State in North Carolina, I guess. So, prove me wrong. Like, I want to be wrong on this. If if William Joseph Bartell is innocent of all allegations and all speculations, I don't want to see an innocent person being damaged in any way. So help me prove to myself that I'm the ultimate tweaker. The best cults are from Oregon City. Yeah, you may be correct. I mean, I am willing to do what I can to outdo the Oregon City crowd myself, but I got a ways to go. But yeah, by any capacity that I have to reason things out, help debunk my theory that if there is such a thing as Savage Saints, it's nothing more than William Joseph Bartell Jr. You know, I want the officers of that entity to come forward and say, here's our filings. This is who we are. We love God, we love people. But that's not the picture that I'm seeing online. And it doesn't matter all of their evidence, it's just what's not there. There's more being revealed in what's not there than what you think is there. Followers of Christ. All right. Ironically, the name Christopher, there's a lot of Chris's involved in this story, man. Too many Chris's. Too many Chris's, too many Festers, too many Gingers. But Christopher is a derivation of a name that's literally translated follower of Christ. So Christopher Ruff is literally follower of Christ Dane Ruff. For what that matters. I'm just pointing that out. Likewise, Ryder. Your name means follower of Christ. Ha ha, Ryder. Where did that come from? But yeah, the tweak shenanigans are just, it's just right there on the internet. So, again, officers of Savage Saints, come forward. Please come forward. Boot Body Cam, why are you flying a banner of the Savage Saints on your live streams? I think the answer I heard is somebody paid him. That's the only thing he responded. Somebody paid him. Like who? Or are you just pulling that out of your arse, or like what? Like who's doing that? AI horses, overloaded. Yeah, like I've reached the point of tweak fatigue, but I mean, there's certain things. There's lots of noise. And I don't really want to contribute to the noise. I just want to point out some obvious things that seem obvious to me. Maybe it's just completely irrelevant. But if I wanted to do a proper grift, I'd at least get the corporation filings somewhat believable. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to be doing any presentations on this, but I do got to get my my hardware gear. So I got the, here, I found it. I got webcam. This is what I used to use back in the old days with the Windows laptop here. I used to stream on this off of OBS. That thing's kind of useless. So I was using this webcam, 1080p I believe, and it's got the USB-A connector. But my Apple laptop, it only uses USB-C. So I got to get an adapter. I think the computer store in town has it. I know Amazon has it. It's basically just a little plug. It goes from USB-C male to USB-A female to USB-C. Wow. Yeah, whatever. You guys know what I mean. It goes from USB-A to C. And it's like $10 or $15. Here in Canada, it's probably $75. Far apart eyes. Cool. I think, yeah. I think Chow Chow's eyes are a little... They're both too far apart and too close together at the same time. I don't know how he manages to pull that off. But yeah, the shit show is a shit show, but it is a good tweak. But I feel you 75%. There are days when it's like my tweak capacity has far been exceeded like hours ago. And we're only halfway through an 11-hour tweak stream here. Go figure that one out. So what I predict, Tweakstronomist here, is that nobody's going to care about this stream, which, perfect. Nobody's going to investigate what I haven't uncovered anything. I'm just pointing out what's obvious, but nobody's going to dig down that thing. There's not going to be any answers one way or the other. There'll just be more deflections, more tweak streaming, re-streaming ad nauseum, where you're watching Badger, watching someone else, watching Badger, watching a panel of Badger. Like it's quite glorious. The crash out in Arizona seems to have come to the point where we're going to retool our format. We're going to be The View, the Three Sisters broadcasting from a studio, pardon me. We're going to model our purchases from Walmart. And basically, I don't know, just throw out felonious admissions, low-key threats, outright lies, deceptions. I mean, maybe some people are into that thing, but who knows? Who knows where this is going to end up? But what else did I have? I think I've beaten this right into the ground here. Shout out to You Fail Me. Her channel has grown. There's a tweak stream for you guys. If you guys want a different brand of tweak babble, go check out You Fail Me. Broadcasting live from Vietnam. What else did I have? I think there's something else I wanted to cover, but we could always do it. I actually have work to do here now. It's 10 o'clock. I should probably go find something to do. Kind of part of the maintenance hierarchy here in some way, some undefined way. So I've been puttering around a little bit outside the mobile tweak shed here. So yeah, I should just go see what's going on. Try to earn my keep a little bit. But yeah, the tweaks are coming, and really this inspired me. Like, we could start a tweak enterprise, you know, the Royal Order of Jesters, the Royal Order of Tweakers, or Festers. Is that which has a ring to it? I mean, growing up, I always wanted to be in the Loyal Order of Water Buffaloes. But little did I know we had access to all this other tweak territory to cover. Well, feel free to drop by, buy me a coffee. There's no katana swords here. I'm not going to come at you. There's no call-in line. There's no StreamYards lab. I don't want you on panel. I don't want to go on your panel. I just want to sit in my mobile tweak shed here, waiting for Line 1 to get adjusted. Yeah, at the end of the day, that's it. Like, it's what happened to Line 1. Again, it's just nothing makes sense. So there's more to the story that we're either not privy to, or the people that ought to be investigating are displaying some degree of inattention to the matter. I don't even know how you characterize it. It's just so wild. Like, we haven't even touched on all of the different character arcs, and there's no need to, because eventually, I think, if dominoes fall, we'll just watch, and it's not a matter of I told you so or I was right. It's just, I'm just pointing out some obvious inconsistencies, because I know the Christian organizations I've volunteered for in the past, for me to go on record or to go on social media saying F God, like, you're not a part of you're not going to be a part of our organization in any way, shape, or form. Like, that's just not how this works, don't you know? But the way this works is, well, we do want to see justice for Lion 1. If there's a remote possibility that it happened just as William Joseph Bartel account has disclosed happened, if it happened the way he said it happened, well, we just have to settle, deal with that in our own hearts. But it just doesn't seem like that's even remotely possible that it happened the way it happened. So I'm not convinced that story is the true story, because you got a lot of felonious tweakers willing to say anything to make you think one way. So it's kind of narrative control. There's a lot of interesting dynamics going on. I'm sitting back looking at it as kind of a behavioral science study, behavioral psychology. It's like, what's going on? What's motivating these people? What's causing them to tweak out? What's causing this festering to reach such an intensity? I can't wait to find out. But yeah, rest in peace, Lion 1. A shout out to Queen Artemis. She's back online tweaking. Diana, What else is of note lately? I think that's about it. So, I mean, I don't know how long we've been going here. Probably too long. But have I totally lost it? Like, should I have given up on this New Year's thing, like, and just go with the flow? It's like, all right, January 1st is New Year's. I'm not gonna tweak out on April 1st just because it's April 1st. And this isn't an April Fool's joke. This is stuff everything I told you, it's all 100% true, allegedly. But yeah, I think my payment processing is going through for my 1 year victim badge on Smurf Watch. So we'll see if I got the 1 year victim badge. Eagerly awaiting the opportunity to do that victim flex. That's going to be super cool. Feel free to buy a membership to any organization that I may or may not have started with or without scam intentions, with the possibility of grifting one way or another. Let's just see what's going on the interwebs here. And by interwebs, I mean YouTube. It's all's quiet. All the tweakers are still resting, conserving their energy, I think. Oh no, boot body cams is speaking up. Okay, boot is boot. Oh, boot's ready to tweak out today. So okay, watch for that. Watch for Killamilla. We hand it off to Killamilla. Sure. What's today? Today's Wednesday. I think Todd and Ryder usually go live on Wednesday. Oh, wait, that's every day. You know, why can't Finkel just be friends with Todd? Frauded or Troll dropped a new revelation on DMA. Oh, it's getting juicy, guys. So yeah, if you want me to reformat as the View Canadian version, drop a link or drop a couple of nickels in my Buy Me a Coffee. I may or may not regard or disregard your suggestion, but yeah, I think DirectD will go live with his episode of The View later on today, regardless of this stream or anything else that anybody's broadcasting. But I got to get rid of this coffee. It's just one of those human biology things. And, it is New Year's after all. So. The year we gather to celebrate, drink coffee, smoke cigarettes, and piss, which is what I'm about to do. So thanks for coming. It's been 2 hours. Yeah, that's good. That's good. We'll shut it off here. I've punished you guys enough. So thanks for coming. I really appreciate your support. Is that what we call that? Your participation. Thank you for participating in my own little crash out here. And Max, thanks you too. Tweak on.